You have got to stop romanticizing the will of God. And what I mean by that is when God gives you a word, you cannot determine how this thing is going to play out. In the book of Job, chapter 7, verse 3, it says that in the days allotted to us, there are days that were allotted for our suffering, meaning that there are days that God accounted for you to go through some things in order for his word to come to pass in your life. I'll give you an example. Abraham, God promised him that he would be the father to many nations and that his seed would be as great as the number of sand in the seashore, right? But in order to get to that promise, someone had to go through something. Somebody, listen, someone got to go through something. And Joseph, for the sake of the promise, he had to be betrayed by his brothers. For the sake of the promise, he had to be sold into slavery. For the sake of the promise, he had to go to prison for something he did not do. For the sake of the promise, he had to be in proximity of Pharaoh so that he could know the dream that revealed the famine that was to come. For the sake of the promise, Joseph stood there as his brothers came and did not even recognize him, but they were asking for food. But because of the promise, God allowed Joseph to go through that so that he can be there to supply the food and the grain to his family and to therefore preserve their life. See, if they died in that famine, the promise that God made to Abraham would have been null and void because they would have been dead. So for the sake of the promise, you're going to go through some things. It's not your job to make up scenarios about how God is going to make something come to pass. However, it is your job to believe the word, to stay in the word, and follow the unction of the Holy Spirit as he guides you. Listen, there are going to be nights where you cry. You're going to fast. You're going to plead before God. You're going to have to contend against things that are keeping you from the promise. All of that is a necessary process for the promise to come to pass. So continue to trust God, but do not be so delusional to the point where you're telling God how to accomplish the promise. He is going to worry about accomplishing the promise. He is watching his word to perform it, but you need to keep your eyes on him.